Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. As you see, I have an angry cat. He wants to be free. Alright, anyways, we're starting a new series on this channel where I'm kind of going to take you step by step through how to write a book. Because, you know, sometimes you just need that helping hand, and that's the real tea. This is empty, but that's... This first episode is kind of just going to be me talking about the very first step to a book, which I feel like is really self-explanatory, but it's just coming from somebody who's written their own book. I didn't really do this, but I feel like it would have helped so much to just sit down when you have an idea and just plan it. So like, I guess that could be step number one, is just I said twan. Alright, so step number one, because I can count. I can't count. So step number one is you gotta have the idea of the book. That's kind of, you know, self-explanatory, but like, you gotta know if you're wanting to write a fantasy book or science fiction or something. You gotta have like an idea that inspires you, that makes you want to write. You shouldn't be like, wow, I really want to write a book, and then you think about something and you're like,
okay, I guess I'll write about it.
What gets a book written is pure passion. You really need to actually like enjoy what you're writing, because otherwise it really does come across in your writing if you don't enjoy what you're writing about. So pick something you're interested in. Fun fact, most writers, I feel like, get their ideas from like really weird dreams. That's what I've been told by everybody. Once you got an idea, you gotta actually come up with a plan for it. Because if you don't come up with a plan for your book, I swear, like literally your book's gonna be a jumble of ideas and a huge mess, and there's gonna be no direction for it. So honestly, what I did is on my Google Drive, I created a folder for my book. We'll use my book From Sea to Sky as an example. I created a folder titled that, and then in that folder, I have like character outlines, and I have my book outline, and then I have my actual document with the actual book, and then I have like other separate documents for like really big revisions to chapters I've already written. I'll actually just put it into a separate document and then I'll share it with my editor. So in my plot outline, initially what you gotta do is you seriously just gotta sit down, turn on that bomb playlist, and just type. Just type. You're not writing your book, you're writing down like sort of like a general outline of what the story's gonna be like. And obviously, I'm gonna say this, it's subject to change, because when you are writing, I swear you're gonna just be like, wow, what was I thinking when I was planning this out? Your book is literally like a living entity. It's just gonna keep changing and moving, and you just gotta roll with the punches, honestly. So you got this whole outline paragraph thingy that you wrote in like, I don't know, like 20 minutes or something. After that, you're just gonna actually like take some of the ideas that you just like were writing on the fly, and you're gonna start like actually outlining it, like being like, okay, so this is like the exposition of the book, this is the rising action, this is the climax, this is the falling action, this is the conclusion. And you're gonna like start kind of sectioning it off, and then kind of creating like a little map. Another really important thing is, like, I can't stress this enough, plot is subject to change, not huge changes. Don't do that. Pick some big details, stick with it. Get like the skeleton of your book. Don't fill in the organs yet. That'll come when you're actually writing it. What is the heart and soul of your, I guess we're doing like an anatomy metaphor here, is gonna be your characters, because let me tell you, if I'm reading a book and I don't like your characters, people watch stories and they care about stories because they care about the characters. So now you gotta like actually come up with a character outline. So you gotta pick up your characters. You're like, oh, character A and B. They're no longer character A and B. They're gonna be Michael and Sandra. You gotta think about a few things when you're building up your character. You gotta think about what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, and what are their motivations. That is what the fundamentals of building a character is. Okay, so Michael, some of his strengths is he can stand his ground. He knows how to pick his battles, whatever. But maybe a weakness to that is if somebody's really headstrong or whatever, is that means they're also really stubborn and they don't know when to give up. It's kind of just like balancing it out. So now you can kind of get like a personality for Michael. A motivation maybe? I don't know, let's think. What's gonna drive the plot forward? is your characters, and your characters will only do things based off of their motivations. Why do I go to school every day? Because I want good grades so I can get into college. That's why I go to school. I have a motivation. But Michael is a detective and he's trying to solve a murder. And so what is his motivation? Maybe it's because his dad died and it was an unsolved murder. So that's a motivation. Now he's got a purpose. That's kind of just like the process of how you come up with it. Like, just like literally me, that was just me thinking out loud right now. You gotta just talk it through, think about it, and obviously tweak around with it, have fun, play around with it. So that's kind of just like the first step for a book. It's just coming up with really solid, believable, just well-rounded characters, and then also general outline of a plot. So that's the first step, and next, after this video, we're gonna be moving into the whole building the first chapter thing, and that's gonna be really fun. So I'll see you in that video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and that's the real tea.